the Try Jesus podcast.
Welcome to Try Jesus podcast.
Try Jesus, try it.
Kari here, Isaac here, Pastors Activate Church.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be talking about friendships and love.
Oh man.
And we just finished watching The Lord of the Rings.
Yes, we did.
Which the trilogy, which we watch together. I want to say every year.
It's a Christmas tradition for some reason.
Yeah, it's so intense, and number 2 is really intense. But it's one of the things that I think is so cool about that movie is that it is all about friendships. There's a few little pieces and parts about love, but it's one of the only movies, when you think about it, one of the only stories that is fully based on friendship and what you do for a friend. And
that's a good point.
Anyway, the ending of that movie, Frodo was talking about how do you piece together things that are just like old threads of your life or of an old life. And I literally sob every single time. I was
putting another log on the fire and you were losing it. I was
losing it.
Okay.
Because Frodo is there and he's realizing like his friends are changing. And what's his Samwise
Gamgee.
He's got married and had kids, and Frodo's just realizing there's not much for him there anymore in the Shire. And so he gets on the boat and sails off. And I think so much of friendship can feel like that. Sometimes not that. It's just different seasons in life. And I want to ask you about your friendships, because you are one of the only people I think that I know. And I was actually telling my hairdresser this.
Sorry.
She was.
I'm not bored.
That's cool. She was saying,
came out of nowhere.
She was like, tell me about Isaac. I want to know about Isaac. My hairdresser was saying that. So cute.
Aww,
and I was like, oh, that's a cool question. So started general. And then I was like, you know what? One thing about Isaac is so special is that his best friends are his same best friends since they were 5 years old. Yeah. And it's not because of proximity and it's not because their lives are similar. It's because you've chosen to be friends with your friends. And you've gone through a lot of ups and downs. And even on Sunday morning, you shared your story, and maybe you can share a little bit about it. But your very best friend who for over a decade wasn't serving the Lord.
Yeah.
And
that was tough.
Yeah.
We battled.
What's the secret to friendships?
Gosh, wow. I think that people are so weird and fake, and I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know. People are so strategic and so busy and so selfish and so insecure, and we all are. But if you just look at your life, God's put people in your life. So like, be a friend, love them, be honest, show up, work through things. Like, I'm a little bit of a pet peeve with the follow-up thing, which I have to be careful because there's always follow-up conversations. But like, I think we live in a day and age where the conversation I'm having with someone, I can tell is probably not the real conversation. So it's like, we have a conversation, and then like 2 weeks later, hey, do you think we could connect on like that, what we talked about? And it's like, yeah, I'm cool with that. But why can't you show up and at least be half genuine about the conversation? Because what I mean by the follow-up is like, we're talking, but you're like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But you can tell half of it, that person's not agreeing with it. They're not able to be honest.
They're just waiting to get home so they can send you an email.
I think they're, trying to be nice.
Yeah.
So I just don't, like, when people connect and people click, like, that's such a cool, that's all we want. All we want is connection.
But this is interesting that you said, like, sometimes when people are like, yeah. And then it's typically because 20 years ago, you didn't have the option of having something not face to face.
No.
To communicate. So you had phone calling, which is still that person. So you're still going back and forth.
Yeah.
Or you had face to face. You didn't have the option of writing out an email to that person about all of your feelings, or writing a book. Maybe you would write a letter, but it was like you had to work it out there.
I think it's a control tactic because when I'm with you and it's like, oh yeah, totally cool. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, oh yeah, okay, so oh. And then like a week later, hey, so I have some things to tell you. I've been in meeting. I'm not even talking about being a pastor. I'm just talking about life. I've been in conversations with people where they're reading something. It's a different pet peeve of mine right now. I would abandon, like, I know there's preachers that read their sermons. I know there's a lot of reading going on. I don't know. We're more heart people. So I'm like, chill out and connect. People want to connect. Like, oh, am I getting you right now?
Well, see,
I'm giving myself to you.
I'm a writer.
Oh.
I'm a writer. So, and I read things out too. And I think the reason, and I like to talk about this because the reason why I like to write things out is because in that moment, I can't ever remember what I want to say.
Maybe you're not supposed to, but please go on.
But no, I like that. I like that you're saying that because that is like kind of what we're talking about is like maybe we've just lost the art of like going back and forth and getting cut off and, having a moment of offense, but working through that.
Yeah.
Because if I'm reading you a letter, it's basically shutting you down from having a conversation with me because you're not allowed to say anything until I'm finished.
Yeah, that's a content dump, right?
Yeah. And you're like,
it's a legal document.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing.
But you're just looking for that authentic.
None of this is bad. We're trying to reset friendships, relationships, connections, how to like show up, and we're over therapied. So we went from generation to almost like therapy is like wrong, or I guess to like, I think we're over counseled now. We're over therapied. Remember we were watching The Bachelorette, Bachelor, whatever. And when these guys are talking to these wacky, these girls, and they're like, they sound like I hear you, I see you,
I appreciate
you, and I hate you. You know, you're like,
none of that works.
None of that helps.
Why are we even saying that? I see you.
They didn't hear any of that except you think they're ugly. So like, just can you somehow in your own way form the way you would want to say it?
Side
note. What?
I forgot to tell everybody.
Yes.
I forgot to address the awkward outfit situation.
Oh, it's a Christmas. Oh, sorry.
You're wearing a Christmas blanket on your lap.
This is my Christmas blanket for my secret Santa.
It says naughty or nice, but I'm trying to make sure it stays on nice because I'm nice. Anyway, we had an ugly Christmas sweater staff party. So that's
yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Isaac's wearing a cute one though.
So this is my Costco like nothing sweater. So okay, so what I'm saying is this: I don't know if I'm a good friend. I do know this, like that God gives you people. So God gave me Dan Deering. We were born together. We were like 0 together in California, and then William Anfuso, we moved up to Portland. So when I was like 5, I got Will and Peter Del Val. And then really my brother, who was 4 years older than me, and he went off all wacky, but then he came back to God. And like, all I know is each conversation you have with someone, hopefully it's like super duper, like, I hate the word authentic. I don't know why I hate it. I just
overused.
It's this, it's just dripping of like, I need to prove something. And it's like, has nothing to do with, I'm going to go prove that I'm authentic right now. It's effortless. True authenticity is whatever you are. I always believe that God changes your character and perfects your personality. There's so many clones right now. Everyone is the same. This dude behind the camera, Will, there's no one like Will. That's why I like, and that doesn't matter. That's not why I love him. I'm saying I love Will. It's like you, like, the people around you are all supposed to be different. I feel like, especially church people, it's a lot of the same. A lot of pastors are the same. And imitate me as I imitate Christ, as Paul said, that's fine. That's like entry level, right? When you're holding the mic as a pastor, you learn, good morning, church. It's good to be in church, isn't it? That's okay when you're like 16, you learn that. But hopefully, and we're not asking you to be, again, a gangster, like different, to just be different. Yeah. It's find out who God's made you to be. And there's probably going to be a little bit of a uniqueness about it. And you're really going to like it. And I'm not saying, again, that there aren't things that we all have similarities in. We do. Thank God that we all have a nose. Like, none of us have a different smelling mechanism. So we all have that in common. We have ears, but we have different noses and different ears. And so there's some similarities that bind us together, which are cool. Like, we have 7 days a week, but every day is different. I know I'm really getting off. But the point is, God gave me people in my life, and you steward those people.
How do you steward those people?
You're loyal, man. You're like mafia. I am like I'm loyal. Like if you hurt me, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Like don't not tell me. Don't be that person. That's weird. Don't. You know, 5 years ago, I was gonna tell you that was a bad decision. You know, you're like
you have two
well,
choices.
okay.
You either have to get over it and like choose. If you're not gonna bring it up, then you need to fully get over it.
Fully forgive. Fully move on. Pump life into that friendship, or talk about it.
Yeah, or talk about it, and you have to be able to talk about it.
You can't talk about everything. You're gonna kill it, and you can't move on from everything. So there's a sweet art and science to this thing called friendship and relationships. And
I know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about being offended. I was talking to somebody about that this week, is like when you get offended, it gives you the opportunity and the open door to quit. And like Jesus says that we're going to be offended. So it's not
and
about.
Maybe you're too offendable.
Yeah. But I also think like saying like, because there was that big phrase going around like be unoffendable.
Okay.
And that to me doesn't resonate, because that's not possible. Like we are going to be offended. There are going to be offenses in life. Even Jesus says that there will be times where you're going to be offended. It is how you process through that offense. So like I said, you have two decisions to make. You're either going to forgive, move on. And saying like, I shouldn't have been offended by that. I even don't want to bring it up in that friendship.
Okay. But isn't unoffendable the phrase that, at least what I understand that from that to be, is that you walk around being unoffendable, which means
I just don't
I'm
know
not
if that's
going to
possible.
allow it to become an offense. Doesn't mean I won't.
Yeah.
Because being an offense means I get trapped, right?
Yeah.
I am held by this thing. It's like impacted me.
Yeah.
Like I can walk into a room or walk into a place and be like, meh, like, oh, that was a bad attitude. I just got a little stink eye.
Yeah.
Well, that's a funky text.
Yeah. Well,
but do I need to take it from like, to I am maybe we can define offended.
Yeah, let's do that, because that's actually what I'm talking about, is when people say.
What's the definition of being offended?
When they say be unoffendable, I just don't think that that's possible.
Offended refers to a feeling of anger, resentment, displeasure caused by something that is perceived as insulting, disrespectful. So I don't know.
Perceived as insulting. Actually, that's where it is right there.
Perspective.
So you're perceiving that what that person did was insulting and disrespectful.
Rather than just doing something. Don't take it so personal. So being unoffendable is just not walking around going, oh, this whole world's about me and everyone's out to get me. And this person isn't.
Yeah,
that's when you don't want to live that way.
And especially with friendships, is like, I hope that you know your friends enough that they have your best interests in mind. And if you have people in your life that don't have your best interests in mind, I'm not quite sure how good of a friend that person is. But typically, your friends, your close circle, they have your best interests in mind. So whether they're saying something, whether it's a bad day or whatever, it's like, how are we going to live? Even if I do get offended, how do we live moving through that?
Yeah, and be focused on like being a friend, being a good friend. That should be your focus. And honestly, I just want to encourage everybody and challenge everybody just to grow up and just be cool and just get past the feelings of this generation, the oversensitivity, the over offense rate. Take some responsibility, get off your phone, start living life, and start being loyal and loving to the people that you believe God has put into your life. Steward them, take care of them, love them.
Right, what you said is that you believe that God put them in your life.
Absolutely.
So
honor
if you're
that.
walking through life thinking God put this person in my life for a reason and for a purpose, that changes your perspective also. So the definition of offense is perceiving that what they did was insulting or whatever. So if your perspective, if you are always perceiving like God put that person in my life for a reason, and maybe it's even sharpening you, it's making your character stronger by what they're saying or what they're doing, but living with that perspective that God put this friend in my life for a reason. And this is the thing. We need friends. You need friends.
Oh
you cannot do life with just your husband or
and not
just
Facebook friends.
You have to have friends, and it takes work, and people don't want to do that work to get friends. And it is hard. And there are times where you're like, I'd rather not be friends with that person, but I promise a decade of working on that relationship and really getting close with that person you will look back and be like, wow, look at what God has done in my life. I have real friends who care about me, and nothing can replace having a person who knows things about you.
Nothing
and
can.
who has walked through dark things with you.
Yeah.
It is the most valuable thing. It is God's plan all along. We have Jonathan and David, Ruth and Naomi, obviously a huge, it's kind of like more mother-daughter, but there's these friendships in the Bible that God shows us that it is possible. And how cool David and with Jonathan and David was the moment they saw each other. It was like something in the spirit. I was like, I have people in my life like that where it's like, oh, like even just this past few years, we're older, we're in our 40s now. So it is kind of hard to make new friends in your 40s, but there have been people that we've like brushed shoulders with in ministry that all of a sudden it's like, we're around a lot of people and a lot of people can kind of, it's not, you just don't have those magical friendship moments, or even people who've told me like, you're going to be good friends with that person. And then I'm like, there's nothing there, but it does make it really special when you come into contact with someone who is like, oh, this is like that Jonathan and David, like
love you,
spirit.
Paul, Ashley.
That's who I was thinking
Forgot
about.
to text her on her birthday yesterday.
That was rude. I know. I texted. I even opened it up for you. But I'm just saying, like, everything gelled, and you're like, this is a gift from God. So whether they hurt our feelings one day, I haven't been hurt by them yet, but surely it'll happen.
I have.
But they've probably been hurt by us. I don't know. But when that happens, if your perspective is like, I know they have my best interest in mind, and God put them in my life. And then, you know, we have friends. I know I'm going long here, but then we have friends also who we started the church with for 13 years.
Which we told God we wanted to do ministry with friends.
I said, is it possible to do ministry with friends?
Yes.
And all people have said no. That it's really hard because at some point you have to fire or hire, whatever. But we have chosen to do ministry with friends. And there have been multiple times, I'm sure, that they have wanted to quit, and multiple times where we have, I'm sure. But looking back now on that 13 years of friendship, I'm like, I would do anything for them. Anything. Don't leave me ever. Like, I won't ever leave you. Don't ever leave me. Like, you have that camaraderie. It is worth it. And you can even start right now. In your 40s, in your 50s, you can have that friendship.
Life is hard enough, and we're all whack. We're all crazy. If you just, honestly, friendships will thrive out of you liking yourself. You like being you. If you don't, then you're really putting a heavy load on your friend. To like, what?
Oh, I thought it was changing colors.
Oh,
I do know it can.
To really like make up the ground for your inability to know who you are, and so you really do become codependent, where my identity now is in you and in this thing, and it's like, oh, you can't do that for each other in marriage. Like that's a place that you don't really want to live in, because you need to know that you are pretty, or you like what God has made.
You have to know that.
I can come alongside and go,
it's an addition to
good job. Yeah, because I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna sometimes not see the outfit. And you're like, hey, what do you think? And you just ask me, like, what do you think? Oh, I love that, actually. Thank you for asking. But like, you just never, you never say that. It's like the whole point is to have this relationship. Recognize, if I was to make a thing, I'd say recognize that God has put people into your life. Be a good friend. Obviously, taking care of yourself is just living. I don't think it's that heroic of a thing to drink water, take showers, read the Bible, go to church. Like, people are patting themselves on the back way too much for doing just life,
rudimentary
and
things.
Serving God. It's like, well, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Okay, good job. And then pouring out of that overflow into another person that God's gifted you with. Well, there cannot be a relationship without reciprocity, right? So, like, Jesus is Savior. People don't know him as Savior because they haven't received it and then reciprocated that relationship back to God. Well, it's the same thing in a friendship. Like, a friendship can die if there isn't reciprocity. And so a lot of people do feel like they're carrying the friendship.
That's true.
But a lot of times they're just, their perspective's probably a little off because they're a martyr a little bit. They don't even recognize what that person did for them. They only recognize what they've done for that other person.
Yeah, that's true.
And it can be messy. Some of those conversations can be messy. But throughout the years, I remember when I moved to Colorado my senior year, well, my family moved, and me and Dan, we were in high school, obviously zero together, and then high school together. And I was like, all right, cool. And I'm in Colorado, I'm fly fishing, I'm going to school, I'm doing all these things. And Dan they just called, and it was just like, this is before cell phones, and all of a sudden mom's like, Dan's on the phone. I'm like,
let me get
what?
inside.
Yeah. And there are times we didn't talk in a couple of months, and he would show up and probably carry the friendship, and I didn't even know it for a couple of months, checking in.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I might come out this summer. It's like, oh, you want to fly out to Colorado and go to Promise Keepers?
Yeah.
And he kind of would keep it alive.
There were seasons that he was keeping it alive.
You keep it alive for each other. Yeah. And if you make everything co-equal and you manage it and you control it, like, ugh, nobody wants that. Like people, some of my other friends, like, we're busy. Everyone's busy, but like, I just can't do a Zoom phone call with a friend in a different. I know. It's just like, call me. So a lot of guys will just like call me.
Organized set time. Sometimes that stresses
me out. 3 Thursdays from now, let's Zoom at 3 o'clock. I'm like,
although
that sounds horrible.
I understand that it's hard with schedules and stuff like that, but
I think I mean,
the crux of the whole point that you're saying is like,
you can't control each other is what I mean. So like, if that works for both of you, cool. If it doesn't work, make it work.
That there's seasons of life where you're like, someone has a baby or someone loses a parent or someone's moved to a different state. I mean, both of your best friends have moved to different states now.
Thanks, guys.
It's it's very different, but knowing like God brought those people in my life for a reason.
Yeah, you have to feel slightly pursued in a friendship. If over the years, if one person stops, I mean, it would probably be tough to maintain. It would become like a class reunion. Or it's like you get together to honor the past, but that's all it is.
And that's true. I think there can be times where there's seasons where
friendship
God
is
bringing
no longer
different friends into your life, or if you've had a radical transformation of your life and gave your life to Jesus.
But God adds new friends. I think there's different spheres and there's different rooms and there's different connections, and God's bringing more people into our life, and your world becomes bigger. And I just knew that it was in my heart. Besides the friends and like we didn't want to do ministry without friendship. So I didn't want to be. This is weird, but in my own head. So I didn't want to be in a hot tub with some dude when I'm 60 years old. It's starting to sound really weird. Point is like French. I didn't want to play 20 questions with some new couple on vacation. Me and the dude go in the hot tub.
I know.
Like, so how's work, Tom? I was like, that's fine. But like,
see that I would have thought that's like. That's why you can't get new friends older in life.
Yeah.
But I do feel like we have gotten some newer friends in this season of life, and we never had those 20 question moments.
That's true.
So I felt like it's kind of like a spiritual connection, and you can be looking for those and don't walk past them. Like if it happens on a Sunday morning at church, someone's praying for you or whatever, and it's like, hey, let's get together. I like this. Like
Absolutely.
I like God's doing something here.
Yeah.
Recognizing it. And maybe in the older you get, like you do start to recognize this is something special and like keep building it. I want to say there's one big no-no in a friendship.
Okay.
Like, and maybe I don't know why I'm saying this, but I see it happen probably with girls a lot, maybe not with boys. I don't know with boys, but is like, don't bring your marriage into your friendships. And this is what I mean by that, because your marriage is very sacred between the two of you. And I've seen it happen where friends will call each other or whatever and just want to bag on what their husband did.
Sure.
And the problem with that is that friend ends up hating your husband because they never get to see the makeup process.
Yeah.
So the husband comes home from work and then you're like, oh, and then you make up and everything's fine.
Yeah.
But you never go back to that friend and be like, you know what, I was overreacting. I shouldn't have said all that.
Yeah.
So I think it's obviously okay to talk about your marriage, but I would never do not bring your marriage, your intimate moments of whether it's fighting or anything like that. Don't bring it into your friendships.
Yeah.
And maybe you can expand on that a second, because I want you to be able to talk to your friends about real things that are happening in your marriage, in your life, and help me understand this or something. But without even it being a rule, me and my best friend circles, we don't talk about it. We don't bring each other into, those intimate parts of our marriage.
You don't want to dishonor that. And like you said, it becomes a wedge because they're not there when you're like, my husband doesn't talk. And all of a sudden he starts like throughout the whatever, learns to kind of use, starts to talk. It's like you don't.
Yeah.
Hey, he's doing really good on that. But yeah, that's a personal, like, are you a person of honor or dishonor? Because, you know, I don't want to dishonor you. And so, yeah, there could be something I'm like working through, like our communication styles, or there's something that so that's very, like, if I was to, you know, talk to my best friend, my mom, my dad, hey, how's everything? Yeah, all's good. And you are hitting a tough patch.
Yeah.
I think there's a way to, I can't talk about it. You know, it's like, well,
we don't want to do that.
Don't get
And
weird.
obviously, if there is a really intense thing going on in your marriage,
yeah,
that you
let's
really
say
need
there's
help
a
there. I'm not
rough
saying that.
patch. No, but still,
I'm talking about the griping and complaining
I know.
to each other.
But let's just say there is a rough patch, like your massive disagreement on how you're raising your kids or how you're spending money, and there's a way to. I don't know. She just, you know, just buys Amazon, whatever she wants. She won't come down to the same page as you know, on the budget. And it's like, okay, hold on, man.
Yeah.
You're talking to your dad. You're out fishing. You've got all this stuff on your heart that you're trying to work with your wife. There's an honorable way to let dad in.
That's true.
And give you advice if it's honorable. Like, hey, you know, Karen, we're just really trying to discuss our budget right now, and just it's tough.
Yeah.
And that's
I
can honor you, not throw you under the bus for I'm awesome, you suck. Yeah. And then maybe dad can be like, oh, I hear you, son.
Because this is why, like, I think it's been tricky, like the girls meeting and then the guys go and do, you know, like you go out with the girls tonight.
Yeah.
And it can have this connotation of like the girls, I don't know, you know what I mean? It's like we go and talk about husbands and then you come back and everything just feels a little off or whatever. And you're like, what like went down? You want it to be like an encouragement, like your friendships are an encouragement to your marriage.
Yeah.
So like,
okay, so let's talk about sex for a second.
Okay.
So let's just say that, like, you don't think the marriage is having enough, like, as a guy. And so girls are going off and then guys are going off. Again, the rule of thumb is, am I truly trying to solve the problem? If I'm not, then I will complain. Complaining is blaming. Complaining.
Did you have to say it like that?
Yes. I'm breaking it down. I'm a wordsmith. I'm a word assassin.
Okay.
Is simply just blame. It's blaming. That was the joke.
Blaming.
It's blaming. That's all it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was just awful.
It's amazing because I'm literally talking about the reason I'm doing that is because I have no power.
Someone.
I have no power because
you're the victim.
I'm a victim of something. Exactly. So if I'm a victim of our sex life, then I complain. Then she never, I don't know, ever since the baby, or the hormones and the. Okay, great. So you've just given up. You're a victim. She's horrible. You're awesome. And then you go do that. Okay. If you're not living that way, this has nothing to do with what can I, because I know people that, well, I'm just trying to connect to my friends and my mom just wants to know. Like, oh, listen, stop, little Miss Pure. Stop it. Don't do that. Don't, and bro, don't do that. Don't do that to your wife who you love, who you're to become one. Talk about yourself when you're talking about marriage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you take responsibility and you understand it's a season, but you are in a very real place. How's your marriage? Great, wonderful, revival.
Right. Yeah.
No, there's an option that's called an honorable option, which is, hey, we're just working through the season right now. And man, it's tough, after a baby, and man, life is fast. It's amazing to me. I never thought that you'd have to, we're trying to figure out being in the mood and scheduling,
exhausted and trying to
scheduling romance. It's like, right?
I
and
know.
That's a way you can communicate it. And your friends can be like, I know.
And like,
who knew?
Just pretending like that your spouse is literally in the room listening to everything.
I like that. I like that.
Where it's like, how can I say this that's like honoring and also just very real?
Yeah.
And I think that's how we've always wanted to be, is like I want to be real. And I have this probably this
100%.
persona where I'm always trying to like make things look perfect and look better than maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe a lot of us deal with that. But it's like, how can you be very real and also honoring? Like, we've had a lot of death in the past 6 years. In 6 years, we've lost my mom, your mom, and your dad. And grief changes things in marriage.
Yeah.
And you kind of change.
Yeah.
And then talking to friendships about that, like, oh, how's Isaac doing with his dad? And And it's like, those are very vulnerable parts of you. And like, how can I honor you in those moments, in those conversations, and all, but give people like a real answer? Like, it's tough, man. There's moments of just tears and
Yeah.
walking through holidays and realizing, oh, I don't have any parents left.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where I came onto those subjects, but like,
on that note,
yeah,
I would say that if you don't have a church life, a Bible life, and a prayer life, then my conversation with you is going to sound much more like my prayer to God.
That's so true. And it actually becomes
It's raw.
You're trying what you should be giving to the Lord and what you should be having conversations with God about. You're doing it with somebody and you're expecting this thing that only God can give you.
Yeah, because all my anxieties are supposed to be cast on him. So when I wake up in the morning, I wake up a little heavy. Yeah.
With that verse, cast your cares on the Lord because he cares for you.
Yeah.
Because what's happening is you're casting all your cares, hoping that that person is going to care for you.
True.
Like, because you're like, they better care for me the way I need to be cared for.
Yeah.
And Jesus is like, I care for you.
Yeah.
Cast your cares on me. I care for you.
Absolutely.
I will care for you. And I think the message says, because he's careful with you, meaning like he's taking care of it. Like he will take care of it. It's hard to make sense in our mind because you think, no, I need to talk this out with a person.
Mm-hmm.
But something happens in prayer when you do that. It's so supernatural where you have this peace and you feel like, wow, I literally felt like I just gave that. I gave that over to God. Like I gave that concern over to him and he actually cared for you. He took it off.
Yeah.
But you're looking to get it from somebody else. And usually people will let you down.
Yeah. Well, we're relational beings. And so, a lot of times people, they don't even have a strategy in it. It's just when you get me, you're going to get where I'm at. We're going to get what's going on in me. And if the storm is going on in me, then I'm just going to be like, yo, hey, sorry, it's just kind of, my day is kind of what's going on. And so, if I'm in prayer every morning, truthfully, he's asleep in my storm. And so when I have sleeping Jesus in the middle of my storm, I immediately see the calm effect of the sovereign God in my life because
it's his storm too.
First thing. Okay. Yeah.
I never thought about that. I was reading it the other day though, about how it's like, cause we talk about it as like the storm of our life.
Yeah.
But Jesus was in that same storm.
He was. And
he literally is in it.
That's a good point. Yeah, he's in there with you.
And he was sleeping. He's not sleeping in your storm. Like, that's kind of how we look at it, is like, this is my chaos and Jesus is asleep. That kind of sounds offensive a little.
Yeah,
like,
well, they were offended.
But it was like he's in that same storm.
Yeah.
He's in that same pain, that same stress.
Yeah, he's there with you.
Sorry.
Well, no, I forgive you. I just wanted to make the point here. You are preaching up a storm. Preaching up a storm today. No, they just said, don't you care?
Yeah.
They said, don't you care?
Yeah. Why don't you care?
Yeah. And he's like, oh, you of little faith. Because, and maybe to your point, like, I'm with you. I'm here. I'm here. This doesn't bother me at all. Yeah. But I think it's
doesn't bother me at
I think
all.
it's good to realize that, you shouldn't be as bothered as you are.
You shouldn't be.
I think it was Dick Van Dyke. I just saw an interview with Dick Van Dyke. I think he turned, I don't know, 100, 101, something like that. Are you giving me the wrap up?
Well, it's been 30 minutes. I just want to let you know.
Oh, okay. I'm talking. I get the wrap up. I was
just letting you know.
Dick Van Dyke basically just, they asked him why he thinks
100.
he lived so old. And honestly, he just said his dad was an angry man. And he died in his 70s. And he's like, you know what? I determined my whole life to not let the storm on the outside get into the storm on the inside.
Oh.
And
that's really good.
I don't know. His thoughts were whatever. But I was thinking about Jesus. So Jesus is asleep.
Wow.
On the inside. So if you're inside, can just let it go. This holiday, dude.
Yeah.
Someone's late. Mm-hmm. Sure. Put the family strategy up on the shelf for just a few weeks. And honestly, reset Christmas as the time that Jesus gave you the greatest gift. Mm-hmm. You're more blessed than you know. You're better looking than you think. life is so much better than we realize and that it feels. And let's keep the storm on the outside. And maybe if I can let stress go, let anger go, let resentment go, let everything that can agitate me, man, just like, you know what? It's probably going to be okay. Just chill out a little bit. And don't care as much. Because that was the first reaction of this episode. Don't care. So,
Who cares?
Just let don't care as much.
I do like that. I think I also, and to close that really quick, I like that verse, the cast your cares or whatever.
Yeah.
But I have this visual of what that looks like. And it's literally like, what is that care? And like taking it and throwing it down. Like, because it just gets all consuming.
Yeah.
And it literally is all consuming. So you have to be able to like take it and throw it down, like throw it at his feet. Because he is the one who will be careful with it. Because he is careful.
I love it. That's really good use of words there. Care Bear.
Oh,
The Care Bear.
love you. I'm sorry I talked too much today.
I don't think you talked too much.
Okay.
I said you were preaching.
I know, but for some reason that made me feel like you were saying like I took over.
Well, the last 2 times, I think you've been pretty chill. So I like me a fiery Care Bear.
I don't know if I've been fiery.
I mean, I like whatever. Stop it. I'm saying you're everything I'm saying. You're like taking it like.
Oh, I'm offended.
I don't know. I'm like I
Look
like
at this
fire.
portraying out.
I
I'm
like
just
the
kidding.
preacher.
Yeah.
I didn't say you're like
That's so
preachy.
cool though. I actually like that you said that.
I like you got a little.
You
little
said,
umph.
well, look at you, Miss Preacher. Or maybe that's not the way you said it, but in my head, that just meant that I took over.
Tone probably is a lot. And
well, you definitely had that tone a little.
Did I? Oh, you think I had a tone?
Did you?
Well, I don't.
Well, listen, it's recorded, so we can actually go back.
Let's go back.
We've always, how many times in our marriage,
a lot.
in an argument, have we been like, I wish it was recorded because you said
You're
that.
the worst.
Now we're recorded.
You were the worst.
Now we're recorded.
You were the worst.
I was the worst. It's true.
Stubborn as all get out.
I've gotten less stubborn.
But you don't change. You don't change until you're hurt. Maybe that's every woman.
It's like, I just want to know that you see me. And then you could say like,
I'm just trying to make points.
You could say anything or hug me. And then I crumble into a pile of nothingness.
Yeah. You have to say sorry first. I think as a man, just lead with the sorries, get the hearts back.
But it has to be a real sorry. And your sorries are always very real.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry that
I'm sorry.
You know what the worst is?
Sorry that you got offended?
I'm sorry that you felt that way. You're like, that's not a sorry at all.
Go away.
You have to say, I am sorry for this.
I'm sorry, loser.
Find out what it is that hurt them. I am sorry. You cannot say, I'm sorry that you felt that way. Be like, I'm sorry that I said this.
One of the most difficult times to say sorry, which has been a lot, is when I did like 1% bad thing. You did 99% of it, but I had to take my 1% and just olive branch it.
That's not true. I don't know what he's talking about. That's not true.
Because who said sorry first? This guy.
I don't know.
This guy
Sometimes
right here.
me. It's because you're the one who's rude first.
Oh, so
you
powerful.
have to say sorry first. Isn't that interesting?
Oh gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, because your butt.
So powerful. Love you. Love you.
All right, love y'all.
Merry Christmas.
Talk to you later. This might be after Christmas. Oh, wait, no, maybe it will be before Christmas. I don't know what date it is.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay, bye.
Sweat off that eggnog.